Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for coming back. So one of my last videos, I recently received one of these comments. So I thought it was a great idea to sit down, record myself, and address these questions. So Eric, thanks for sending in those questions. And if anyone else out there who wants to send more, please send them my way and I'll hope to address them in the next video. So the first question, outside of January and March, when are you really most busy? That's a great question, Eric, because outside of January and March, there's other year-ends that we work on. During January through March, that's where you work on your 12/31 year-end clients. But there's also other year-ends out there, like 6/30, June 30th, September 30th, and March 31st year-end clients. If you're on a March 31st year-end client, you most likely will be busy sometime during mid-April to mid-May. If you have June 30th year-end clients, you'll be most busy and working late nights, probably mid-July to August. And with September 30th year-ends, expect to be busy between mid-September to early June. From experience, these other quote-unquote busy seasons are less hectic and less busy than your main busy season. But do note, Big Four is vast, everyone else's experience are different. Your main busy season might not be 12/31, but March 31st, 6/30, or 9/30. From my own main experience, I have a 12/31 year-end main busy season, but during my second busy seasons, I'm usually working not super late, probably around 7 to 8 p.m. And on the last week or two where things are really busy, I might be staying up a little bit more a few nights around 10 p.m., 11 p.m., just so I can catch my senior managers or managers for questions, or really just get things done so I can go to a happy hour the following day. Typically, you will have your main busy season, let's say 12/31, and then you'll have an additional shorter, smaller busy season, which will be either one of those quarters. There are instances, however, where someone will be put on a 12/30 year-end client, then 6/30 year-end client, a 3/31 year-end client, 9/30 year-end client, continuously throughout the years. That is not okay, and you should actually speak up to your manager or whoever is looking at resource management for you to kind of get yourself out of those situations, because they don't want to burn you out. You don't want to be burned out either. The second question is, when is the best time to take your PTO? And your answer is going to vary depending on when your main busy season is and when resource management is going to let you take it. That coincides with your main busy season. I say that with a caveat because if your main busy season is between January and March, when most clients are busy, most likely resource management is not going to let you take PTO during that time unless you give it months in advance and there's a valid reason, such as a wedding, someone else's godchild being born, right? There's very specific circumstances, but January to March is typically a harder time. With that out of the way, resource management will not budge in at any point other than those 3 months, because at any point you can take your PTO as you like. Personally, I find the best time to take your PTO is during the July and August months, even June or May. The reason why I do that is because one, it's the summertime, I want to go out, I want to do other things other than sit in my office and work. But secondly, it prevents resource management being able to book you on 6/30 midsummer busy season clients, right? Because they're not going to book you if you're not going to be available during those times. Also, another thing is that when you book these things, you got to book them months in advance, right? You want to book these soon because resource management likes to plan a few months, probably around 3 to 4 or 5 months in advance for their scheduling. I also find another great time to book some PTO, if you have any extra available past August, is booking some in September and October, right? That keeps your making sure that your busy season isn't going to hit like a 9/30 busy season. Also, anecdotally, I know that some friends and colleagues of mine, they like to use their PTO a little differently, whereas I like to block off weeks. They like to go ahead and during the summertime, block off every Friday or Thursday. This way they have every weekend is a 3-day weekend where they have Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. Big Four typically gives around 3 to 5 weeks worth of vacation time. So you're allowed to use that really any way you want. But like I said, remember, between January and March, you want to book that in advance and hopefully you have a very valid reason to book that. The last question is, what industry do I work for? Some of the industries that I've worked for are the consumer retail market for hygiene products, the consumer retail market for technology, animal pharmaceuticals, other sports retail, and renewable energies. And that should name most of the industries I've worked for. When you apply to your jobs and internships, you will have the choice to go into either retail auditing or financial services auditing. I chose to go into retail auditing That is why most of my industries have nothing to do with the financial services industry. Hopefully that answers all of your questions, and I'll see you in the next video. Boom!